anthem, the Star Spangled Banner.
Alrighty, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to yet another night here of racing on the Pole, brought to you by Fligger Farm TV. Tonight we are presenting you the Roughneck Racing Gen 6 Series, presented by the James Wagoner Welding out of North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. As we are currently looking at a few drivers taking some of their hot laps tonight under the lights at Homestead, Miami tonight. Hopefully we'll have a great night of racing, as we have seen in weeks past from some of these drivers. We'll take a look at the points real fast, if I can get it to cooperate. There we go. There's your Gen 6 Week 4 points as they stand right now, heading into Week 5 here. And are looking at Doug Wagoner there in first with 85 points, followed by Stephen Shue, who I believe missed last week's race, but I could be wrong. I can't remember. Matt Gall in third with 72 points, tied with Matt Barker. And Jimmy Collins there in fourth. Now wait a moment, you had something. I want to check these points out because something in my head just doesn't seem right. Uh-oh, I guess they are right. Okay. So, as you see there, drivers taking some out laps. Some other drivers are getting ready here this evening with these Gen 6 cars. Again, there's your point standings as they stand right now. And here's a look at what our season looks like so far. So we ran Texas, we ran Michigan, we ran the iRacing Superspeedway, and last week we were at Pocono. Tonight we're here at Homestead, Miami. Then we go to a road course next week at Watkins Glen. So that's going to be a change up for some of these drivers heading into next week. We'll see how the momentum from tonight can play a role in the next week heading forward. We're looking at the likes of the 29 there. Let's see if we can get ourselves some other numerical stuff up here so we can tell what drivers what they're on the side of the sticker. There we go. So we're looking at the 29 of Jimmy Pilan there as he's making some laps here early in practice with about a little over 5 minutes left to go here in practice. Jerome Cooper out on track in at number 72. Brandon Etheridge in number 22. Taking a spill off of turn 2. Luigi Gonzalez out there in the number 44. I think this might be our largest field so far for the Gen 6 series as we've been broadcasting it here on Monday nights. Jacob Malone, currently the fastest in practice out there in that Harvick number 4 machine. Josh up into the wall. Josh Berry comes up and collects with him as well in that number 42. Charlie Birch there in the 81 Skittles machine, or no, Caramello Skittles machine. Or M&M's, I'm sorry. Somebody likes their chocolate candies. Andrew Smith in the 14. See if we can get a look at tonight. There he is. Trying to look at for James Wagner's cars. He seems to always have a different paint every week. As you see there in that turquoise or baby blue, whatever you want to call it, 30 machine here this evening. He's had a strong season, as you saw in the points. He is leading the points right now, as it currently stands, but we are heading into oh boy. So we see the 30 there. Time's ticking down here. Charlie Birch there in the 81. Robert Lynch Jr. in the number 21 machine. Running for Roughneck Racing. Kai Schappert in the 43 machine, U.S. Air Force. A lot of great looking cars out here tonight is under the lights here at Homestead. That team that looks familiar to me as well, as a throwback to one of the other NASCAR drivers, the Valvoline. I want to say Martin might have drove that kind of look. When Martin was driving number 6. Luigi Gonzalez there having some issues off of 4. Gets it straightened back out. Josh Berry coming to pit road. Gets off, or coming off of pit road, gets off into the grass. Bailey Wagner coming down the backstretch. And at number 31 machine, running for James Wagner Welding. Let's take a moment here and give a shout out.
Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road.
Give a shout out to James Wagner Welding coming on board with such a great leg running here, as the drivers still are getting a few more, maybe 1 or 2 laps in here during practice as the time is winding down. We got under a minute now before we get them qualified and into a starting grid here this evening at Homestead, Miami. Again, we got some great looking drivers out there. We got Jacob Malone out there in front in that number 4 with Josh Berry in that 42 running the second quickest time. Charlie Birch there running in the 81. He set the 3rd quickest. And Jared Epker there running in the 0-1. He has, well, oh boy, trouble there for the 42. Josh Berry ends up having some problems off of 4, ends up sliding down, or that was 2. That might have been, no, that was 4, I believe. As we are checker flag on the speedway, looking forward to qualifying next. So we're getting ready for qualifying here. We're going to see what their best times are. As we got Benjamin Richards out on track. James Wagoner coming out for his time. And you see across the bottom, you got Josh Berry out there on his out lap. Up against that outside wall. I'm not sure if that's going to favor him at all, but as we're watching that 42. Down the back stretch in the corner number 3, James Wagner setting a real good pace right now as we move over to watch him in that number 30 machine. Bailey Wagner there in that number 31. There you see time starting to pop in. Jordan Jug currently has your fastest time with a 32.887 in that number 17. But look out, here comes James Wagner with a 30. I believe that might be, his other name is Doug, but I got to try to get things straight. But James Wagner in that number 30 machine out there in the pole position. Andrew Smith now in that 14. He has come into the second position. Jared Epker now takes the lead over top of Wagner, and now Evans overtops him with a 32.686. So some great times being laid down right now within the top 10. Bailey Wagner currently sitting in 15th on the grid. Jimmy Poundland looks like he's sitting about 16th at the moment. Jacob Malone out on track. Jeff Scott finishing up his run. Matthew Barker Ace is out there finishing up. Well, no, he's going to try to make a run, but he's going to hold on to it as he's losing it into the wall. That's going to count for no time there on that lap. And now the second lap as well. That's going to be tough for Matt Barker as he takes a no time here in qualifying. Luigi Gonzalez out there now trying to get his lap to take in that black number 44. Robert Lynch Jr. out on track as well in the Roughneck Racing number 21. Jacob Malone finishing his run, finishing in the 5th position right at the moment. Luigi Gonzalez coming around on his first lap, I believe. Or no, it's be second lap. He's sitting near the 32.992 in 14th position right now. Don't know if he bettered that time. He does. He moves up to 7th position. Robert Lynch Jr. now on his second lap. Or no, I'm sorry, his first lap. Up against that outside wall. Not sure if he got that wall or not. If he did, that's going to count for a no time. as Lynch rolls a 32.686, but it does not count because I believe he got into that outside safer barrier wall. So unfortunately, that's not going to help him at all. Gonzalez here rolls around for his, taking his time here, rolling at a 7th position start for him. We'll see what we got for time management here on our start. So time has run out on qualifying. So those at the back of the pack, we'll take a look here, did not get the start they were hoping for. As the likes of Lynch, Barker, not sure if some of them just decided, Vanderberg. We'll take a look at our starting lineup here now. As we got Evans starting on pole, Jared Epker there starting second. Kai Shepard there in third, James Wagoner fourth. Jacob Malone will be rolling off in fifth for Ping Gang RGR. Jeff Scott in sixth. Luigi Gonzalez will be rolling off in seventh. Eighth, we'll have Andrew Smith. Ninth, you'll see the likes of Benjamin Richards. 10th, Josh Berry. Jordan Ung there in 11th. Stephen Shu in 12th. Larry Fairman will roll off 13th, up to his outside. Charlie Burst. Johnny Hurst will roll off 15th. 16th, Bryson Moody. Brandon Ethridge will roll off in 17th. Bailey Wagoner in 18th. Jimmy Palin Rowdy will be rolling off in 19th for Roughneck Racing. Teresa Spitzer there in 20th. Jerome Cooper will roll off in 21st. Jonathan Vanderberg rolls off in 22nd. Tony Richards 33rd. And 24th goes to Robert Lynch Jr. A little farther back here we have Tim Richardson rolling off in 25th. Ty Trafford there in 26th. 27th will be rolling off Matthew Ace Barker. Jason Kenney will roll out on that last position in 28th here this evening. So we should have some high-flying action here at Homestead, Miami here tonight as we get ready to roll off pit road and get things underway very, very shortly. Because we have James Wagoner's Welding Gen 6 series here from the Roughneck Racing Become Elite. So everybody's getting lined up side by side. Everybody's off pit road. As you saw there on the bottom, we do have a pit road ticker that will periodically pop up to let you know if a driver's in pit road or not. Jimmy, as always, has fans watching. He's got his work cut out for him as he's starting back in 19th or 20th position, somewhere back here. I don't think Palin really wanted that starting position, but he's got to take what he gets here in qualifying. James Wagoner, one to keep an eye on as that car has found its way to victory lane, I think all but 1 week, if I'm thinking correctly, or it might have found a podium every week so far, but he is leading your points. Lights are off on that pace car as they come out of two. Getting everything situated, everything ready to rock and roll here this evening. Great looking U.S. Air Force machine there in third position at number 43, driven by Kai Shepard. Here we are, coming to the green flag. Pace car is off to the bottom side of the racetrack. Here we go, straight down the chute. Going into corner number 1. Who's it going to be to lead the first corner? That looks to be, it's going to be Ricky Evans down on the inside. Stacking up a little bit on the outside, getting way up there close to that outside wall is that 011 of Jared Epker. Now he's got up on line, taps that outside wall as they come down into corner number 2. As we're on board with Jacob Malone, currently sitting in third, and we already got a caution. Problem back here in the back of the speedway. Try to see who all is at fault here. Looks like that's going to be on Jeff Scott, the number 38, being in the middle of the track down here. We'll take a look now and see what exactly happened as they were coming back around corner number 4. Looks like he just got loose as they come off of the corner, and around he goes. I'm going to try to see if he gets any contact. I'm unsure if he does at the moment. I had something in my blocking my view here. So he gets loose. There you see the 81, not really anywhere to go, and unfortunately tags the 38, sending the 38 around. And then the 38 comes up the track, gets in front of the 42. 42 nowhere to go, as looks like the 5 barely squeaks by. Problems there for the 42 early on, where he just had really nowhere to go. Many problems there for the 42 early on in this race. See if we can get a ride on board with the 42 of Josh Berry. Here we're on board with Josh Berry. There you see the 14 a little loose as well. Tags the outside wall. There you see the 38 down there on the bottom side of the racetrack. Loose, and just a 42. Nowhere to go. Tough break for the 42. As the 38 goes down for repairs, 42 gets repairs. Gets new nose on that machine. Bailey Wagoner in for a pit stop here. As we're under our first caution of the evening. So lap 4 out of 90. And a caution for between Josh Berry and Jeff Scott, I believe, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Jeff Scott ends up losing it. Gets turned. Unfortunately, slides up the racetrack in front of Josh Berry to bring us out our first caution here at lap number 4. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to On the Pole here on Fligger Farm TV. Hope everybody's ready for some action as we got them coming back to the green Green flag racing once again. As well, Ricky Evans out front, Jacob Malone there in second, up there against that safer barrier wall. Here comes the 43. Look out! Luigi Gonzalez is making some runs here through the pack early. He's up here to fourth, going to make a run here for third. And now sets a sight on second. Or Cookie was walking in the kitchen. Sorry about that, folks. A little bit of a interruption there. We're back here, though, with another caution. We got, looks like Bailey Wagoner, Tim Richardson getting collected, as we'll see the onboard here. From Bailey Wagoner getting up into that wall, gets problems there. We'll see if we can get a different view here to show us really what happened. So there you see Bailey getting a little loose, tries to correct it, ends up taking it up into the outside wall, bounces off. Now, where does Tim Richardson... Oh, Jeff Scott is around again. That's the previous caution. I'm trying to find this caution. Here we go. Josh Berry, once again, having problems. Coming up the racetrack. Nothing we get, as we'll watch here. Come down into the corner. Ends up just sliding it around. See if we can figure out who was the main culprit for this yellow flag. Was it Charlie per se? Nope. Happened in front of Charlie. Charlie ends up off track. Ooh, hard hit there for the 81 down there on that inside wall. The 14 also takes a good shot there down there on the inside. Hopefully that driver's okay as well, as that was a hard lick to that inside wall for those drivers. As you see, the 17 comes down in front of the 14. Collects the 5. They collect the 81. Hard hit there for the 14 as well as the 81. So the 5 and the 17 get together. The 14 didn't really have much where to go, and the 81 tried missing some stuff, but unfortunately just unable to, as they come down here and smash that inside wall. Take a hard lick. Those pit crews are going to have some work cut out for them to get those cars back in shape and back out on track. As the 14 slides up, collects the 26, so the 26 comes out with damage. The 96 of Ace Baker trying to squeeze through. And the 42 ends up collecting into the 14, so tough break there for him as well, as he just got that car fixed. Now he's back under the clock again to try to get that car rebuilt and back out on the speedway.
Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road.
So we have Moody down there in the pits right now, trying to get some things worked on in that 5 machine. Its lights are out on that pace car. We're getting set to rock and roll again here at Homestead, Miami for lap 9 out of 90. Chaos early here as we get set to roll for more laps here at Homestead. Not quite the start I thought about. The 31 machine, I don't recall having them in the series before, but we have another Wagoner out here, and that is Bailey Wagoner in that number 31 machine. James Wagoner looks to be a couple laps down back here in that number 30. Jacob Malone up here in the 4 is starting us out here on pole with Moody still on pit road, but they come to the Geiger restart zone. Here we go. We're down and away once again down the front stretch here at Homestead, Miami. Great jump on that inside lane as the Jacob Malone gets out to a great start, bringing Shappert there with him on that inside lane. Now Shappert goes to the lead with the 4 of Malone way up on the high side, 3 wide coming out of the corner. They collect. We got problems with Gonzalez being turned, and now he's in the middle of the track. Another caution here at lap 10. As Gonzalez is spinning around like a top. Now he's got some track bar issues there as that machine's trying to get back around the pit road. Here you see it, the 44, and the trying to figure out who he collected coming off of 2 as he comes up, gets into that outside wall. The 00 just has nowhere to go, ends up collecting that into 20, braces the 22. Other drivers trying to get around. Why? We have problem with the 29. The 29 is into the outside wall. Ends up getting tagged a little bit by the 22 as he tries to sneak through. Tony Richards is involved. Number 10 or 70 of Theresa's involved. James Wagoner trying to sneak through. Brandon Etheridge. Josh Berry involved again. Tough night of racing for him as he's trying to get something to happen here. Just unfortunately, he's struggling trying to get through the pack as drivers seem to be a little quick on the throttle coming out of the turns and getting those back tires to kind of lose grip, and around they go. Look how that machine of Gonzalez is coming down pit road. Definitely is out of alignment. See if they can get it fixed up here in the pits as he's getting rolling out there. They got it back straight again. Looks like they do. Jacob Malone out front, still in that bush number 4. Jared Epker here rolling in here in 3rd. We'll take a look through the field here with Jacob Malone out front, Kai Shappert there in 2nd, Jared Epker there in 3rd, Fairman 4th. Hurst will be your rounding out your top 5 there in that number 58. Matthew Barker is up 21 spots since the start of this race, as he is in that number 96 in 6th position as it stands right now. Jeff Scott rolling around in 7th. He's had his own issues here tonight. Jerome Cooper in 8th. Brandon Etheridge in 9th. Bryson Moody, who we saw sitting on pit road for a while in that number 5 machine, is back out here currently sitting in 10th. Tony Richards in 11th. James Wagoner in 12th. Got his lap back. He's back up here, or so I assume he got lap back, and now he's back up here in contentions. Josh Berry in 13th. Ty Trafford in 14th. Luigi Gonzalez after that problematic turn, or coming off of the turn. He's back up here after the crew has worked on that machine, is up here in 16th. Benjamin Richards in the number 56, he's in 17th. Gonzalez hanging back a little bit. He might be going towards the back of the field for an end of line. Theresa Spitzer, I got to figure out how to say that last name. In the number 70 here, rolling around in about 21st position so far this evening. The lights come off of the pace car. Malone takes the control of the field once again as your lead car. Shepard there in second will be on his outside now. Shepard had a real great restart this last restart, got himself up into that second position. The 0-1-1 of Jared Epker. He started in second, now he's sitting in third. A couple guys to keep an eye on would be Matthew Barker, as he's up to sixth position now from his starting position. He had some issues in qualifying tonight, could not quite get that car to turn like he wanted to in qualifying, and ended up with a no time for qualifying, so he had his work cut out for him coming from the back of the field. Now he's up here in sixth position, showing that his car is worthy of being up here. As they're coming to the flag stand, they are getting set to ready. They are getting ready to restart once again here at lap 15. They hit the restart block, and they are down and away. The Ford gets a great restart once again. Kind of caught the field sleeping a little bit. As Shepard goes to the inside, or Epker goes to the inside of Shepard. Shepard up again, along that high side. Here comes the 99 of Larry Fairman, and Hurst there in fifth position in that number 58 machine. Jeff Scott working on his way up through the field. Matthew Barker has fallen back a little bit here on the high side behind the number 22, Brandon Etheridge, as they come down out of the corner onto the front stretch here, heading into corner number 1. Trying to catch all the action here as we are 3 wide going into corner number 1 for a split second between some of the drivers. Hopefully that doesn't bear too much problem, as we've got Moody and Ace battling it out. Lap 16. Everybody's kind of single filed out now. Just a couple battles that might be going on. There you see the 81 who had issues early on. He is a lap down, going to try to fight for his lap back the hard way as he goes around some of the drivers up here, like the 15 of Ricky Evans and the 00 Stephen Shue. Stephen Shue looking for a decent finish, as I believe he's second in points at the moment. Stephen Shue is second in points, so he's looking for a decent finish, or at least to stay around Wagoner, as he's currently right behind Wagoner in position, as we are lap 17 out of 90. Jacob Malone up here against that outside wall, really putting on some great lap times. Shepard there in second, Hurst in third in that number 58. He's moved up through a little bit. Jeff Scott, Larry Fairman, here in seventh. Jordan Young. Josh Berry's rolling around in that number 42. He's up to 8th position. After all of his mishaps here tonight, he's rolling pretty well up here in that 8th spot. Brandon Etheridge in 9th. Bryson Moody, after we saw him have problems early on, he's up to 10th position, but he's under fire from the 82 of Trapper. Trapper on the high side, Etheridge there on the inside. As we see, Barry there in that 7th position, Etheridge in 9th. Now Fairman's dropped back to 9th. Moody back here in 10th. Trafford still trying to get into that top 10 as they come down the front stretch. Past the flag stand. In the corner number 1, they go way up there against the wall. That will be the 8. Well, I see the likes of Gonzalez up there, but we are 3 wide here with the 82 in the middle. On board with Ty Trappard in that 82 machine. The Ty Trappard's in the 82, that orange and black, and in the 81 is Carly Birch. So I might have been calling them a little wrong, but I'm unsure. I might have been calling them all right. We're coming down the back stretch. That great looking school machine, that number 14. He had problems early on trying to battle for his laps back. That is the likes of Andrew Smith. As we got all kind of movement out of that 82 and that 81 as they come down the front stretch 3 wide with the 5 on the bottom, or 15 on the bottom, I'm sorry. That's Ricky Evans. Well, we got Jeff Scott rolling up through the field here as he's trying to get by Hurst for that 3rd position. 23 laps of 90. Rolling as we are right now. There you see Scott trying to get around Hurst. As they come down the backstretch. Epker there in the 011. Started outside pole in not the 2nd position, but has struggled a little bit here early on. He's fallen back to 5th. Josh Berry up to 6th. Other names I was keeping on was Barker, and Barker has fallen back now. I think he's got some problems on that machine as he's dragging that front end. You see the sparks flying there. He's dragging that right front splitter on the front of that machine as their sparks are just flying off of that. Yellow flag is out. See if we can get a look at what might have happened here. We'll see if we can find anything that happened back here. Because there you see the 96 up top. Not into the corner. Unsure exactly where the problem lies. We know he had that front right down on the ground. And he was definitely off pace. Trying to figure out what this caution is for. All right, there it is. There's your caution right there. The 82 gets tagged and up into the 96. I think he gets loose and ends up, I don't know if he gets loose or if the 81 tags him there a moment. We saw a lot of battling going on between these two as those two have found problems coming out of corner number 2, I believe that is. So caution is out for another time here this evening at Homestead, Miami. To bring out our 4th caution here at lap 26. So I hope everybody's enjoying the show so far this evening as we're bringing it to you here live from Flieger Farm TV on the pole. Great racing going on. Unfortunately, though, we've had a few accidents, so we're trying to litigate that, I guess, as we go on here. Like we said, this is we're working on lap 27 out of 90. Lights are out on the pace car, so we're going to be getting ready, set to go back green flag racing here very shortly. So hope everybody's enjoying it, and stay tuned. So back out here on track now. We got the likes of Malone out front as our control vehicle still. As he has really kept this race in his grasp the whole time. I don't know if we've had much other leaders, but he definitely came through the pack and gained some positions. We got Moody up here to third. He's making a great run here this evening, as he's up to third, starting at 14th. Or no, scratch that. He's up 13 spots from where he started. So somebody got to help me figure out the math. So we are back under green flag conditions again here at Homestead, Miami, as they come down into corner number 1. Malone back out front with Moody and Ung back here to side by side. Saw that 17 have issues himself at one point of the race, but he worked himself up here to second. John Hurst now up here in 5th. Jeff Scott in 6th. As you see Hurst there going to the inside of Evans. Scott looking a little lower there. I'm not sure which lane. Looks like we're going 3 wide there for a split second as they come off of the corner. With the 43 of Shepard. And now we got them 3 wide. 0-1-1. Problems there. Is he keep it straight? Looks like he will as they come off a 2 down the backstretch. Caution flag is back out though. Luigi Gonzalez ends up tagging the 0-1-1. Around it goes. Right in front of James Wagoner. Collects down through the inside wall. Trying to figure out where Teresa might be involved here. Oh no, he comes back up on track right in front of traffic. Right in front of Teresa as you see. Oh no! Hard hit there for Teresa. She had no way of getting around that one when he come back up and caught Ty Trafford coming out of the corner. You'll see the 44 come up. The 82 tags him and spins him around. Gets him a little airborne as he comes up across the nose of Teresa. So tough break there for the 40 or for the 82 as he's been having his own struggles. We'll go on board here with Teresa and see how that kind of looked from her view. As we're on board here from Teresa. Oh, that's on board with Ty Trafford. We'll go on board now from Teresa's point of view. You can see him down there on the apron. Does not expect him to bring it back up on track. And if he would not have been hit by the 82, I think she could have made it through. But unfortunate break here for her as he gets tagged real hard. The 82 spins him around and up into the 70 of Teresa's. On a good note, though, she is rolling, so she can get it back around to pit lane. So yet another caution here at Homestead, Miami. We're just having all sorts of problems tonight as we're trying to get through the race here. This is like our 6th caution, I believe. Or is it our 7th? 5th caution. 5th caution of the night.
Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road.
So we made it a third of the way through, as we are on lap 32. Can we expect more cautions? I think we can. It's just been one heck of a night here so far, as drivers are trying to find some problems. I know Bailey Wagoner has had their fair of issues tonight. As they're a few laps down, back here towards the back. Looks like Bailey Wagoner is 10 laps down. Richardson's 22 laps down. And Vanderberg's 23 laps down and out. So we have a few drivers out. We got Ung out. Vanderberg out. Kinney out. Sorry. As we got Gonzalez back on pit road yet again. Side by side, we are getting lined up. Lights are out on the pace car. We will get them back underway yet again as we get started here for lap 33, or we're on lap 33. Of 200 as we see them coming to the restart zone. Green flag is back out, and we are underway here at Homestead, Miami for another time. As we see the 58 get a great restart. He's down there on the bottom. That is the likes of Johnny Hurst. He's got Shepard there behind him. Malone getting that run like he has all night long, way up there on that high side. I think he's trying to make sure those tires last. Take the easiest time around this track because he's up there against that outside wall. Hurst, though, is trying to chase him down as we got more problems. Big pile up. 21 to 14's involved. Man, oh man. Normally this group of drivers is a lot better than this. As we see now the replay here of just problems coming off of 4. I believe it's 4. We'll take another look at that, make sure that I'm right. Pylon's there in the middle of it. Here you see the 011. James Wagoner involved. The 56 involved. 14 not having anywhere to go. He takes a huge hit into the 011. Jeff Scott there involved. It's turning out to be like the Atlanta race that NASCAR had over the weekend. As you see, just mayhem happen. Coming off of 4. Cars scattered everywhere. You got the 72, the 22, the 56. Pretty soon it's going to be easier to say who hasn't been in a wreck than who has. One driver we know who hasn't been in a wreck is that number 4 machine of Malone. And I believe Hurst has been unscathed as well. I'm trying to see. See if I can get something here. Yep, nope. Can't find the information I'm looking for. Here we are, Shepard there in second, like he's been for most portion of the race. Matthew Barker is up to fourth. He must be liking his car so far, as he's kind of had an up and down night. Caught up here to about fifth, ends up falling back to about 15th. Now he's back up here to fourth. So he's looking to have a pretty decent run here tonight if he can keep it all going, his luck going the way it is. Just unfortunate there, he was caught up in the one accident, ended up having to come in for repairs. Now he's coming back. He's sitting in fourth. So we got Malone, who came in at lap 35 for tires. Everybody else came in around lap 24 to 30. So Malone, Cooper, and Evans all on a little bit pressure tired. James Wagoner had some problems. He's got the car all fixed up again and ready to roll as he comes out of the pit stall as we're double file down the front stretch. One more time around, and then we're back green again, rolling up on lap number 40. I can't answer that there, Knoebel's puppy. I don't understand why you might have had problems, but I'm not privileged to that information. Maybe try to get with one of the league organizers here after the race. So they'll be coming back to the green flag here to get on to lap 39, to start lap 39, I should say, when they cross the stripe. Green flag back out in the air. We are down and away yet again here at Homestead. Down in the corner number one they go. Everybody on that higher side, leaving the 99 of Larry Fairman there on the bottom to try to fend for himself. That's going to allow Barker to get up there in that third position, as now he gets help from the 99 as they come down the backstretch. The 43 of Shepard is pushing on Hurst. He's going to look to the inside of Hurst, going down in the corner number 3 and 4. Does not quite have the momentum for the pass, as now they come out of Ford back towards the stripe. As we got the 52 of Tony Richards having some problems there in the Vagisil car, in that Vagisil machine. I think the 31 has kind of just taken her spot and just kind of get some laps under their belt, as there are quite a few laps down. As there you see Jeff Scott going by trying to find out how he can work his laps, as we're on board with Johnny Hurst here in second, as Kai Shepard got around him there for the lead. Down in the corner number 1 and 2, Hurst goes back for the lead. Barker now is falling back a little bit, as the 99 of Fairman kind of left him. Now he's up to third. Driver getting all stacked up here, all single file for the moment. Couple of them way up towards the wall though, so there's still some passing going on, as we saw the 99 get by the 4. Now the 4 is coming back to the inside. He's going to look to see if he can do a crossover move and get by the 99 coming down through 3 and 4. If I'm not getting all twisted around here, as he gets around the 99 onto the backstretch. Everybody kind of single piled out though, as we have many drivers laps down, quite a few number that are out. Barry, your first car a lap down in that number 14, or I'm sorry, 42. He's in the 14th position. Lap 43 of 90. Tony Richards, Jeff Scott. Ty Shepard, Malone has now come back up to the lead once again after taking the pit stop there at lap 35. Run around some of these other drivers who have slightly older tires, but Hurst still putting on a drive there for third as he's coming down to the inside of Shepard. And now they come through corner 3 and 4, I believe. I keep getting worried that I'm getting all turned around here, which I very well may have that time. As now we're coming into 3 and 4. This time by Jacob Malone in first, Shepard second, Hurst run down there on the inside. Trying to make something happen. Larry Fairman up here in fourth. Stephen Shue has gotten a better run going as he's now up here to fifth. Barker still sitting in that 7th position. So far, our biggest mover of the race is him. I don't want to jinx it. As we got Robert Lynch Jr., he's moving up through the field as well. He's up 16 spots from where he started as he's working to get around Lynch, and he's now up 17. So one of those two drivers are possibly going to be our biggest mover tonight if they can keep their noses clean as they run throughout the race here this evening. James Wagoner here in 9th. Ricky Evans in 10th. Jerome Cooper rolling around in 11th. As we still got battles going on here for that 2nd position between Hurst and Shepard. Shepard still rolling that high side. Hurst rolling that inside. See Malone, he's way up there towards that outside lane, carrying all that momentum. So Hurst is trying to get that bottom lane to work, but just cannot get the momentum to get around as he goes to the bottom in 3 and 4 once again, trying to get around the 43 of Shepard. As they come out of 3 and 4 down the front stretch under the flag stand, it will be Malone to lead another lap. With Shepard in second, Shue now up to 4th, battling alongside the 99 of Pearman. Take a little farther back, look back. We got Lynch coming up through the field. He's got the likes of the 56 in front of him of Benjamin Richards. James Wagoner rolling around in 9th, just trying to get a decent finish after the way his race started. And we're under yellow flag again. Moody has problems. So we see the lap car of Moody all of a sudden just hook in front of the 58. Wow. Unsure what happened there. We're going to take another look at that from another angle. That looked horrendous. Not sure why that car just all of a sudden hooked. As there you see him down there on that bottom side. I don't know if he caught the apron. I'm trying to figure this out here for us. Looks like he caught the apron a little bit and just shot up the racetrack right in front. Tough break here for Moody as he struggled all night long to try to get that car to handle right. As he tows it back to the pits. So here at lap 50, we see another round of pit stops happening for some of the drivers, like Lynch, Richards, Ace, Wagoner, Hurst, Scott, Shue, Behrman. Moody is on pit road, currently being towed there. Andrew Smith on pit road, Richardson on pit road. We'll be back after this short commercial break.
Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road.
So this is our 7th caution. And we're just 5 laps over halfway. Be interesting to see how this plays out here. The rest of the race, like I said, we're just 5 laps over halfway to completing this one here tonight at Homestead. Some of these drivers are probably kidding around in the cars, calling it I-pacing instead of I-racing here tonight, as they have done a lot of pace laps here this evening. So Jacob Malone back out front in that number 4. Shepard there in second. Ricky Evans there in third now. Now there was problems with the 58 of Johnny Hurst. Johnny Hurst, though, is back here behind Barker Ace, back here in 9th position. You see the likes of the 99 there as well, of Larry Fairman, Stephen Shue rolling up. Trying to figure out who else is here. James Wagoner, Jeff Scott. That's the 31 of Bailey Wagoner there behind the 99. Trying to roll up to get some of their laps back. We are getting side by side once again to get set for yet another restart here tonight at Homestead Miami Speedway under the lights here this Monday evening. Trying to make something happen here are the likes of Malone and Shepard, as they are out front currently out there on that front row. Shepard is up 1 spot from where he started. Ricky Evans is down 2. Malone is up 4. Wagner currently in 14th. He's in the pit stops getting some repairs done. Base car pulls off. They are down in the way. Malone gets rolling, and he is back up there to that high side again with Shepard right behind him, trying to make something happen. Now Shepard goes a little bit lower through the corner to see if he can get any momentum to get back up there to that 4 as he's chasing them down the backstretch. Ricky Evans now in 3rd. Jerome Cooper here in 4th with Robert Lynch in 5th. Matthew Barker is sitting in 6th. He's been having a decent run after his unfortunate accident there a few laps ago, as he's up here to the wall. Hang on to it there, Matt, as they work out of 2. And somebody didn't hang on to it. That might have been Shue going around. And likely it is, as we see Stephen Shue going around, bringing out our 8th caution of the evening. So here you see Shue coming out of the corner. Gets tagged by the 42, and he gets hooked by the 42 up into the outside wall. I do not think she was going to be too happy about that move. I want to thank everybody again for tuning in here to the Flieger Farm TV. On the pole as we're bringing you the James Wagoner Welding Gen 6 Series here from the Roughneck Racing League. Become Elite is their hashtag, their motto. As like we said, we are back under yellow again for yet another time here at Homestead. So I'm quite sure there are drivers out there tonight calling this I-pacing instead of I-racing, since we are over halfway through and we're still doing pace laps around the track, it seems. Kai Schappert rolling in to pit lane. I'm unsure of what the fuel window is here tonight. I don't know if Schappert can make it the rest of the way. I don't know if Malone can make it the rest of the way. I'm unsure what the pit strategies are, as we still have a third of this race left to go. We haven't got there yet, but we're working our way there as we're on lap 56. We get to lap 61. We will be a third of the way from being done. This race just seems to be dragging on a little bit tonight with all these pace laps tonight. But, well, they're still giving us great action when they can, whenever they can get some of the green flag runs. I'm sure there's going to be some after race penalties, because I heard somebody tell me that there isn't a race control here tonight, so they're having some struggles with that. As the main race controller had a family emergency tonight, and we want to send prayers out to him, make sure everything's going okay for them. But now we have the drivers trying to fend for themselves a little bit here this evening. I know there are a couple admins in the race trying to admin everything. Kudos for them for giving that a shot. I know race control is not something I like to do, because I tried it once. Too dang stressful for me. I can't handle the stress of being an RC. It's not for everyone. Just like I know broadcasting's not for everyone either, but I really enjoy it, bringing you everyone the views and sounds of the race, like you're seeing here this evening from Homestead, Miami, with the James Wagoner's Welding Gen 6 Series. And then here on the pole, we're going to we are going to be going to, if I can get my well, I mean, I got it. I can get another. We are going to Wednesday night. We'll be there for race number 2 of the Tri-Track Modified Series on dirt. They're going to Lincoln Speedway this week, so please check us out Wednesday night as we bring that to you. Action packed there at 9 p.m. Eastern this Wednesday for race number 2 of that series. But we are on race number 5 of this series in the season right now. As we said, we went to a few different tracks. We went to Texas, we went to Michigan, went to iRacing Super Speedway, had a blast there. Pocono was a great race as well. Homestead, Miami, it's showing its head here tonight as these drivers are having issues trying to keep these Gen 6 cars on the speedway, facing in the correct direction, turning iRacing into I-pacing, as some of them may call it. And then next week we're going to Watkins Glen. So hopefully some of these drivers are going to be able to learn something about their car here this week, to take it in with them next week, to keep the car onto the tricky turns and banks of Watkins Glen for next week. As we're double piled up again, getting ready for a restart. Side by side. You see Hurst and Schappert back here, 9th and 10th. They're side by side. They were side by side there for second and third there for a while. Now they're back here for ninth and 10th. Jeff Scott, Stephen Shue, your last car on the lead lap. Josh Berry, your first car a lap down there in the number 42. The 12 cars remain on the lead lap. As we take the green flag, Malone is away. Lynch is on the high side there behind Evans, trying to get that work as he is up 21 spots from the start of the race. Jerome Cooper's up 16 spots. Matthew Barker up 23 spots, as you see them all kind of everywhere as we come through 3 and 4. Almost looking like we might go 4 wide, but we are 3 wide coming out of 4. As we get one into the wall, not sure who that was. Everybody's rolling though. Stays green. Lap 60 underway here. Jacob Malone still way up against that outside safety barrier wall as they come down the backstretch. Robert Lynch now up here to second. Matthew Barker in the third. As they both had their trials and tribulations here this evening, trying to work their way to the front. Crew's doing a great job getting them cars back together, get in operating order. Now they're up here fighting for a win or a podium position, at least as it stands right now, as we're on lap 61 of 90. Back green flag racing here at Homestead, Miami. Bailey Wagoner, James Wagoner back down on the pits. Unsure what happened there, but Bailey Wagoner passed him for his position as they now flip-flop. They're 15th and 16th. Wagoner not quite having the race he was wanting. Stephen Shue could gain some points on him if he can go and finish here on the lead lap and finish this race out. Could close the gap on Wagoner for that lead. Malone there in first. Lynch second. Matthew there in third. Fairman fourth. Richards fifth. Hurst there in sixth. All these great race cars. We see the 44 up into the outside wall. That is Luigi Gonzalez again, having some more issues in front of Jeff Scott. But Jeff Scott now goes to the inside. A lot of these drivers are just trying to battle their way just to get some sort of points to finish this one out. With only 12 of them back on the lead lap, here comes the 58 to the inside of the 43. Hurst now takes that 6th position away, sets his sight on the 56. Does not quite have the momentum there yet as they come down the front stretch. Into corner number 1, the outside lane prevails a little bit. Now he tries and get the momentum again as he dives down there into corner number 1. That 58 stuck on the bottom side. Now they does not quite have the room yet. Now he does. He gets back up in line on that high side in front of the 43. As he's trying to chase down the other driver. Larry Fairman moves up to third, knocking Barker back a spot down in the 4th. Lynch up to second. 99 of Fairman now in third with Barker right on his heels, trying to get that push to help him get up there into that second position to move Barker up into third. As you see the 58 getting another great run there off of the bottom. As they come down into corner number 3 and 4, you see that 58 get a great run off of the corner here, out of 4 down the back, off the front stretch. Side by side again going into 1 though. Barker gets back on the outside of the 58. Not sure though if that's going to be enough. As you see the 58 there on the inside of Matt, as we are on board with Matthew right now. If Matthew gets the great run off of 4, 58 happen to back off slightly and get back in line. There's some great moves going on right now between these top drivers up here towards the front as the 4 gets a little loose coming out, and there goes the 58 down to the inside wall, collects the inside wall back up onto the track. Caution flag is out. He's facing the wrong way here on the front stretch. acting like the split cone as you've seen there for NASCAR, where they have a little triangle on the track. He's kind of acting like that. Okay, you want to go high or low? That type of car sitting out there on the front stretch. Now he's tore up there back in the pits to bring out caution flag number 9, I believe, if we've got this counted right. So these drivers doing what they can to get the cars back together. As we got Malone now in second after getting loose. Gave Lynch the lead. Barker back up here into that third position. So Barker and Lynch now will start inside together if that's where Lynch chooses to start. I don't know if this series has lane choice or not, but they're all coming to pit road. Oh no. Fake out by Barker. And Shepard staying out. Interesting call here for some of these drivers. As we got Richards. Cooper coming back out on track. We know Malone is really, really good on fresh tires. He's got 22 laps to go here. He will have one of the fresher sets out here on track as they get rolling again. Going to be interesting to see how that plays out as he wins the race off of pit road in front of Lynch. So this is going to be interesting to see how this stacks up. As you see, Shoe still on pit road. Scott still on pit road. Richardson still on pit road. Now we got drivers, only the top 9 drivers are on the lead lap as it stands right now. Well, I don't know there, Paul, if it's really cleaned up or not. We got 20, we're going to have 20 laps to go here when they cross the stripe again. So we're going to have under 20 to go when they go back racing again. And yeah, this is the 9th caution. I think the one race that I was in, I think it was last Friday night, I think we had 10 cautions, but I can't quote that. In the race that I was racing with the truck series at, it was the Nazareth 360 Racing Network bringing us live the Cops Truck Series from, can't think of the track now. Where the heck did I go Friday night? That would have been, oh dear. Because we're Dover this week, it was... I felt really good in the truck too, and I just unfortunately got spun out and tagged around. That would be the... would have been Iowa. We were at Iowa Friday night. What the heck happened to Ace? What the... Ace, what did you do? You had a great car. You were running there in third. Who's going to pay for them barrels you're running into? It's like you have made no move to even try to miss the barrels. And it says, here we go. We're going to come into the pits this lap. We're coming to the pits. No problem. Wait, I'm going to aim for these barrels. What them barrels do to you, Matt? As now Shepard is there in first. Pace car is off. We are going to be down and away yet again. As Malone gets up here to second position right off of the restart. Now he's chasing down the 43 of Shepard. He's going to the bottom side. He's going to have that momentum on them fresher tires. Looking to get around Shepard, and he does, with Richardson now coming into third position. Lynch, Fairman working on their way up there as well. As we're working through 3 and 4. Here comes Lynch, way up there against that wall. Fairman down there in that 99 along the bottom. We got problems though. Steven Shue going around again into that outside wall to get it straightened out. Caution flag, no. Stays green. Cooper here in 7th. Evans there in 6th. Fairman coming for that second position now in front of the 56 Benjamin Richards as they come down into 3 and 4. Low side goes Fairman as he's trying to gain any little bit he can off of that 43. He does have some pressure tires, so that is going to play a factor here for Fairman as he's got pressure tires in Kai, as Kai last pitted at lap 55. And here comes Lynch. Lynch pitted at 68 as well. So they both have pressure tires than what that 43 of Shepard does. As we're winding down, 17 laps to go here at Homestead. You see that 99 down on the bottom. That's Fairman. Lynch there up behind Shepard now as he's trying to find a way. As they're side by side now for that third position. Hey, do here comes Lynch getting a great run down into the corner. I think he might clear Shepard off of 2 as they come down the backstretch. Down into the corner. Here comes the 99 now, taking another run at him as well as the 43 is way up against the wall. Here comes the 99, getting a run off of 4. Can he make it stick enough down the front stretch as they come across the stripe? It's going to be Shepard still in third through that scoring loop as they now come down into 1 and 2. Fairman down here on the bottom. The 13th position of Bailey Wagoner now on pit road. James Wagoner has fallen back to 19th. That's going to really help close the gap between him and Shue in points. Wagoner, I'm not sure where he's going to finish this week in points, as points are so much a battle here right now in the early stages of the season. Fairman has got around Shepard, so now it's Malone, Lynch, and Fairman. Your top 3 at the moment. Shepard now in 4th. Ricky Evans 5th. Richards 6th. Cooper in 7th. Steven Shue in 8th. 9th. Your first lap down. So Malone there in front, Lynch second, Fairman there in third. Down the front stretch where the laps are winding down, 12 laps to go here at Homestead for the James Wagoner's Welding Gen 6 Series this evening. Malone really has put it to the field here tonight. As you see, Shepard might be falling back here again as he's got the 15 of Evans chasing him down. Evans pitted at lap 68 as well. Cooper pitted at lap 67. Here comes the 99. He's going to try to make a run for that second spot. 11 laps to go. Can we stay green the rest of the way? As Malone out front, Lynch second, Fairman third. We've got a lot of drivers sitting out right now or in the pits. Jeff Scott back here in 11th, some laps down. Tony Richards a few laps down. Charlie Burke there in 9th. So Malone still out front. Lynch there in 2nd. Fairman there in 3rd. Shepard rolling around there in 4th, but he's likes of falling back a little bit as Evans now looks to be getting around with 10 laps to go, trying to get that 4th spot away from Shepard. There we go, 9 laps to go. Ricky Evans there now up to 4th. Shepard falls back to 5th. Malone, still your race leader, coming up on some lap traffic now with 8 laps to go. Lynch is here in 2nd, Fairman 3rd, Evans 4th, Shepard 5th. Shu still trying to work his way back up through the field as he's there in 8th. Last car on the lead lap. Cooper in the 56. Or I'm sorry, Cooper in the 72, rolling up behind the 56 of Richards. Will Shepard have enough fuel, I wonder, because everybody else pitted at lap 68. So we know they're good on fuel. Here comes Richards to the inside. Well, no, I'm sorry, that's not Richards. I thought Richards was going inside. 99 now has caught up to Lynch, now coming into corner number 3 and 4. 7 laps to go here at Homestead. Some drivers not really going to like their Homestead finish like the likes of James Wagoner, who's currently sitting in 19th. Johnny Hurst, problems there for him throughout the race. Matthew Barker is a couple laps down in 13th, since he decided to take out some barrels. He had a good running race going on for himself, but just unfortunate. I don't know if he lost his head or what happened, but he ended up taking out the pit road barrels. Five laps to go here at Homestead. Malone out front. Lynch second, Fairman there in third. The battle's going to heat up here, I think, for this second position, or they might just ride it out. But nobody has anything for Malone. He has just put the sails on into the wind, and he is gone. Malone's only enemy right now is himself out there in the front. Lynch and Fairman still working their way up. There you see Shepard. He's going to end up falling victim to a couple more cars here. The 15 of Evans and Benjamin. Evans and Richards. As they got fresher tires on their machines. Or I'm sorry, Richards does not. Evans does. Shu does, but Shu is way back here, still coming down the backstretch as everybody else is through the corner. Evans battling for that 4th spot. Here comes the 56 of Richards to battle him on the outside. That's going to be the best thing for Shepard, is if those guys stay side by side, it's going to help him try to peel away a little bit and keep that 4th position. Fairman still third, Lynch still second, Malone out in his own world with 2 laps to go. As we see them all coming down towards turn number 1. Everybody trying to make something happen here in the closing laps as we got 2 laps to go. I think your top 3 are kind of sold out at the moment, or kind of set up. Whether or not these your top 5 are, I don't know yet, as we got Tony Richards crashed. White flag. The 81 having issues up there against that outside wall. Front tire down, sparks are flying. Lynch, Fairman. Malone going to be your winner as he's up pressing against that outside wall. Coming out of 4, he will be your winner. Taking that checkered flag. Lynch comes home in second. Fairman third. And oh no, we got problems. 42 just wipes out the field back here. Stephen Shue, Charlie Birch. Unfortunate end for their night. Not exactly sure what happened there. Why it happened the way it did. We'll take a look back here at our white flag lap. Let's cue up the 42 of Josh Berry. Not sure exactly what he did. As he's rolling along the bottom there, I don't know if he's unhappy with somebody. As you see him just kind of rolling there on the bottom for this final lap. Here comes the field. There goes Malone. I think he might be out of fuel and just decided to try to get punted across the line. Wow, there might be some repercussions for that one. But out here, your winner, Jacob Malone, and that number 4 machine. He will be your winner here tonight. See if we can get our drivers situated here. All right, so we got Larry Fairman. Here is our 3rd place finisher here this evening. Good evening, Larry. You got a copy?
I do, sir.
Alrighty, well, take us through that eye-pacing tonight.
Well, that was just sheer luck. I never have that much luck here.
Well, you come out 3rd.
Yeah, I tried taking down Robert, but I lost my chance, so I was just lucky to be up here. I skinnied through about 3 wrecks there that I shouldn't have got through.
Well, you somehow made it to the end, but managed to get a 3rd place finish. Where's your skill set lie? Do you think you'll be able to carry any of this momentum or any of this skill set in the next week?
depends what track we're at next
We're at
week.
Watkins Glen. We're going road course racing next week.
Oh, yeah. No, I can carry that over. I love Watkins Glen. Yep. No, that'd be no problem there. But, yeah. I don't know. Like I say, I think it was more luck tonight than anything. I went through 3 wrecks that I shouldn't have got through.
I know some drivers definitely had their ups and downs tonight. It's going to be interesting to see how the points play out after tonight.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is the first good race I've had forever, so.
Well, who are your sponsors you would like to thank for getting you into this third place podium finish?
I don't even know who my sponsors are on the car. No, I'd like to thank ASDR and Ricky for letting me race. It's been fun. They're a great bunch of people.
Yeah, normally they're not caution filled like they were tonight.
No, it was a little bit of a wreck fest tonight, but that's racing. There isn't a whole lot of room once you start to wreck here, though, right? If there's many cars, there's nowhere to go.
No, this is a narrow racetrack, and when a car ends up sideways, they take up almost the entire track, so it does bottleneck everything up.
Yeah. And it's not really self-cleaning either, right? On the corners, it's not enough bank.
No, it's which track is that? Is that Dover or Darlington? Dover. I think Dover's the self-cleaning racetrack.
Well, yeah, unless you get to the big ones, it's most of them.
Well, we'll put it this way: supposed to be the self-cleaning racetrack.
Yes, that's right.
So, well, congrats on your third place finish. I gotta try to make some things quick tonight because I got other things to do after the broadcast. But congrats on your third place finish. Hopefully, we'll see you in the booth next week.
Yes, and thank you. That was fun.
Well, it was lots of fun to watch. Definitely a lot of battles going on, and so.
Yes, it was. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you. We'll catch you next week.
Yep. You have a good night.
You too. All right, Robert, how's it going?
Going good. How are you?
Doing well. You're up in the up. I think I'm talking to you here another week. I can't remember what your finishes have been. I think you had a podium once before somewhere along the line.
Yes, sir. Yep.
So you got second tonight. Pretty tough racing out there. I mean, we had 10 caution flags. A little bit of Sunday cruise there for part of the race, or what it seemed like anyway.
Yeah, it's here at Homestead. It's the high line is actually the key line here. You can keep your momentum up, but it's a fine line. You got to run right up next to that wall. But a lot of people end up slamming against the wall and then doing some damage. And see, that's what happened to me after the last caution. I was coming in the lead, and then after we took off, I had to go in the pits to get my tires, last set of tires, and I was never able to catch Jacob. And what happened there was I ended up clipping the wall. I was catching him, but I was clipped the wall, and then that just screwed me. I knew I wasn't going to be able to touch him for first place.
Oh yeah, Jacob was on rails tonight. He definitely had that car dialed in.
Yeah, I was able to get by him the one time, and so I was able to lead a couple laps, but that was it. So hey, well, at least I got that.
Well, who are your sponsors you would like to thank for your second place finish here tonight?
James Wagoner Welding. Got to thank them for sponsoring this league, and of course, Roughneck Racing. It run by my kid, and so that's it. And then you as a broadcaster and everybody else, and all the drivers. Thank for all the drivers that come out.
Definitely had a packed field tonight, and hopefully we get a field like that next week when we're at Watkins Glen. We'll see.
Yeah. Also admin box. I forgot about mentioning them. So, but yep. Hey, thank you.
Yeah, I'm almost. Yeah, we're at the Glen next week if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah. That'll be okay there.
You think you could take some of the momentum to that track, or you're not too good on road courses?
Not real. I'm okay on road courses, but I don't know. It'll all depend.
Well, good luck to you. Hopefully, we'll see you next week. We'll at least see you on track next week, for that matter. Whether or not we see you in the booth will be another story.
Yeah, right. Thanks a lot, Adam.
Oh, you take care.
See you.
Now we're catching up with our winner, Jacob Malone. That car was absolutely on rails.
Yes, sir.
It didn't look like anybody had anything for you tonight.
I feel like, what was his name? Richard. I think that was who it was. Am I correct? The guy that finished second?
No, that was Robert Lynch.
Yeah, Robert, my bad. My apologies. I just met him. He's a very great guy. But, yeah, I was worried about him, though. He had some amazing long-run speed. I gotta give it to him. He just got unlucky, tapped the wall. I mean, this track, you have to be so close to the wall, and you gotta risk it. And that's what he did, trying to catch me. And, unfortunately, right front fender messed up. But that was a enjoyable little race for me once we got some green flag laps in. And
You mean after the Sunday drive?
yeah, I mean, we did kind of lead almost every lap, but, that was a lot of fun. Love Homestead. It's one of my favorite tracks. You can just rip the wall and have fun.
I know that's one of my biggest problems is being one I wonder myself. I can't quite get onto the wall like that without having some depth perception problems. So Homestead's not one of my favorite tracks. But
And man, I think I've just hit the wall so many times, I just know where it is.
you that wall finally lets you know it's there, right?
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta go out there and hit it. You gotta find it.
Make sure it's still there.
Yeah, knock it down. Why not?
Well, you have. Who are your sponsors you'd like to thank for your podium finish tonight?
Well, honestly, I just picked up a random paint scheme I found on Trading Paints. I don't really have any sponsors, but I guess I'll shout out this league. It's very welcoming for me to just come in here on short notice and just hop in a race. It's amazing. Yeah, I don't really have anything.
Well, you think you're going to be back for future races?
Yeah, for sure. I see the Glen is in the future, and I love Gen 6 on Red Forces.
Glenn's next week.
Yep.
So that'll be interesting to watch.
Indeed it will.
So, well, good luck for you for next week. And we'll see if we get you in the booth again.
Thank you, man.
You take it easy and enjoy your victory tonight.
Thank you. Have a great one.
You too. So that was Jacob Malone, our winner here this evening. As we are finishing out the race here tonight, we definitely want to give shout out to some of our station sponsors here at the end, but we also want to make sure that we give James Wagoner Welding the respect he deserves. So as we sign off here, we want to thank everybody for coming, everybody for watching. It was a great night. Yes, we had some lengthy cautions, but we worked through it. Everybody made it to the end event. Well, I wouldn't say everybody made it to the end, but for the most part, half of the field made it to the end and gave us some enjoyable racing there to watch tonight as well. Again, we are back here with On the Pole Wednesday evening for the Tri-Track Modified Series. We're heading to Lincoln Speedway for a 358 showdown that night, and then we'll be back again next week here on Monday evening as we hit Watkins Glen. Or no, I scratch it. I forgot a day. We will be running Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern for another league that's jumping on board here at On the Pole. We will be excited to bring them on board as well. And then it's on the Monday night for the James Wagoner Welding Gen 6 series as we go and head to the Glen. That'll be a great run to see how these drivers adapt for the road course. As for tonight, thanks everybody for coming out. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road.